Adam and Eve did not leave Eden quietly. When they stepped beyond the gates of paradise, they entered a harsh and wild world, a world of dust, thorns, and survival. It was in this difficult place that their children were born. These children never knew Eden. They were shaped not by innocence, but by struggle. Genesis 5 makes it clear that Adam had sons and daughters. They are unnamed and unrecorded, yet they were essential, because without women, humanity would have ended before it began. Cain was the firstborn outside Eden, a man of the soil hardened by the earth. Abel was a shepherd, whose quiet devotion stirred envy in his brother's heart. When God accepted Abel's offering instead of Cain's, something within Cain broke. Even though God warned him that sin lies at the door, Cain opened that door instead of resisting. He lured Abel into the field, struck him down, and the ground drank the first human blood. When God confronted him, Cain's cold reply, "Am I my brother's keeper?" echoed through history. Exiled from his home, Cain feared others would kill him. But who were these others? Cain traveled to the land of Nod, where he found a wife. He later built a city, something impossible if only a handful of humans existed. So the question arises, where did these people come from? The most accepted explanation is that Cain married his sister. Adam lived 930 years and could have fathered hundreds of children. In the earliest generations, close-kin marriages were unavoidable. Many biblical figures, Abraham and Sarah, Isaac and Rebekah, Jacob with Leah, and Rachel, also married within their families. Still, the daughters of Adam and Eve are never explicitly named, and this silence leads to other theories. Some propose that Genesis 1 describes a broader creation of humanity, and Genesis 2 focuses on Adam and Eve as a chosen couple placed in Eden. Under this idea, Cain's wife could have come from another group of humans. However, Christian theology strongly challenges this view, because the New Testament declares, "From one man, God made all nations." Multiple human origins would undermine the doctrine of sin and redemption. Even so, the theory persists because of Genesis' lack of detail. Another perspective comes from the ancient book of Jubilees, which offers names for those the Bible leaves unnamed. It identifies Iwan as Cain's wife, his sister born 6 years after him, and mother of Enoch. It names Azura as Seth's wife, who became the mother of Enosh, though not part of the biblical canon. These traditions fill in details about the women who stood at the foundation of humanity. From Cain came a wandering and restless line, people of cities, instruments, metalwork, and ambition. From Seth came a line of devotion, and through Enosh people first called upon the name of the Lord. Their descendants carried memories of Eden from generation to generation. Enosh, Kenan, Mahalo, Jared, Enoch, who walked with God, Methuselah, Lamech, and eventually Noah. Yet darkness had begun spreading across the earth. The righteous line of Seth mixed with the corrupt line of Cain. The sons of God took the daughters of men, a union that ignited chaos. From this came the Nephilim, giants, warriors, tyrants, creatures of violence, who devoured the earth. The book of Enoch describes the Watchers, angels who descended, took wives, and taught forbidden knowledge, sorcery, metalwork, enchantments, and war. Humanity spiraled into corruption, and God declared, "I regret that I have made man." Only Noah remained devoted. Noah was not perfect, but he was faithful. In a world drowning in wickedness, he still sought God. God commanded him to build the ark, and Noah obeyed over many long years. The flood was not only a judgment, but a reset, a new beginning. Through Noah and his wife Naamah, the legacy of the forgotten daughters of Eden continued. Throughout these early generations, the daughters of Eden played an essential yet often unspoken role. Awan walked with Cain into exile. Azura carried the line that would lead to God's promise. Naamah survived the flood. Sarah, Rebekah, Leah, and Rachel became the mothers of nations. History often remembers the men, but women carried the covenant forward. We may never know every detail of the ancient world, and that is all right. God never asked for perfect knowledge on their trust. Scripture reminds us that my thoughts are not your thoughts. Some things remain hidden, some names lost, and some stories buried. But the thread of God's plan has never been broken, moving from Eden to the flood, from the forgotten daughters to the Messiah himself. The greatest mysteries of Scripture are not meant to confuse us, but to draw us closer to the one who wrote them.